Huge problems with top tier. Specifically, I'm going to talk about air/ground RB and the squadron battles. At top tier air, we have the Rafale, the Eurofighter and the Su-30 SM. So what's the problem? Well, first of all, that out of the 10 nations that we have in the game, half of them doesn't even have a top tier jet. But before that, we are going to talk about the ones that have 14.3 jets. So December last year, we got the storm warning update that added the Eurofighter and the Rafale into the game. Then at March this year, we got the Hornet Sting update that added the Su-30 SM. So first of all, let's look at the win rates and kills per spawn of each plane. There are 3 Eurofighters in the game, but they're basically the same apart from the IRST. So we're going to add these stats together and do a weighted average. So we're going to do this formula with the 3 nations, and we got 51.55% win rate. And we're going to do the same thing with the kills per spawn, and it is 0.83. So now we can compare. In last place we have the Eurofighter, then the Su-30 SM, not by much. And then what do we have here? Oh yeah, we have the Rafale. Why is the Rafale so much better than the other ones? Now, for comparison's sake, we're gonna leave the Su-30 SM out of it, because let's be honest, it's just a missile bus. It has a really good radar, 12 good Fox 3s, and a shitty flight model. If someone is an aviation fan such as myself, then they will know that France was actually in the Eurofighter program, but they pulled out of it because they wanted to build a Rafale. And the two aircrafts are very similar, so similar in fact that their upgrade programs almost match up. The Eurofighter has Trench 1 to 4 and the Rafale has F1 to 4. And in the game we have the Eurofighter Trench 2 Block 10 and the Rafale C F3R. In real life, the Trench 2 entered service in 2008, and it had the AIM-120C5 and the IRIS-T missile. The F3R, however, entered service in 2018, and it had the Meteor and the Mica IR missile. There is a big gap in missile capability, radar capability, and just basically a decade of experience and improvements. But they added it anyway, like this. The Mica is way better than the MRAM, because it has thrust vectoring and the best chaff resistance in the game. Then we have the Brimstone versus Hammer debate. Yeah, you can bring more Brimstones, but the Hammer is fire and forget and it has 11 times more TNT equivalent. And if you can remember, when Fox 3s were on the dev server, they were almost realistic. But the average US main who doesn't really understand the game complained that they were too OP. So gaijin nerfed Fox 3s to hell. And it seems like we have forgotten that this game was supposed to be
realistic.
And we will just ignore aircrafts for now that are older than these, like the Super Hornet or the Raptor. Really, gaijin? Really? You won't add a 2005 aircraft, but you added a 2018 aircraft that is dumbed down? This is just an excuse so you could prolong the updates and add more premiums.
We do not want our players to buy their way to the top. You can only get there through skill and dedication. Buy their way to the top.
Buy their way to the top. Buy their way to the top.
If you don't know, there are squadron battles in this game. Think of it like clan wars in other games. It's an 8v8 battle with ground vehicles, helicopters and planes. Every season you start from top tier and week after week you go down the BRs. Guess what aircraft is the most played at top tier? Yeah, it's the Rafale with Micas and Hammers and with one of the best flight models in the game. Wonder why, right? As of the 11th of November, we got the Spearhead update with a new 14.3 jet, the F-15C Golden Eagle. And this plane was the cherry on top for me. So this upgrade package of the F-15C in real life is called the 2040C. So let's go on to Wikipedia for this. Aha! Okay, so it wasn't pursued, ergo not even a prototype aircraft was made, but gaijin added it anyway, like the F-16AJ. Oh yeah, they added it, but without the quad rack, so not 16 missiles, just 8. Without the Legion pod, so no IRST. Without the EPALF system, so no missile approach warning systems or electronic warfare. That wouldn't have mattered because gaijin said that we are not ready for electronic warfare or jamming. They just needed another F-15 to grind. And they saw that the US top tier wasn't good with the Legacy Hornet because it is slow, it has mid missiles, and it has a shitty radar compared to the other top tier jets. So they added a slightly better F-15, like that's going to fix US top tier.
No.
Okay, so enough about the War Thunder rant. Here are some changes that I think would help top tier. Change air realistic from 16v16 games to like 4v4 or 6v6 or 8v8. When it was just World War II planes or early Cold War jets, this matchmaking with these maps were okay, but with these modern jets, it is really far from realistic. Add more objectives, so it's not just about the PvP. I'm talking about more bases to bomb with air defense or certain buildings to bomb. Add AWACS and make it if the enemy team kills your AWACS, you don't see them on the map or in third person. You can only see them on radar or physically the plane like in Sim. Add air refuel that can be shot down like AWACS so you don't have to land if you run out of fuel. Add carrier spawns to maps that have a sea, and then it will be viable to play carrier jets like the F-18 or the Su-33 or the F-14. And make it so that these carriers could also be killed. The seed and bomb the oil refinery missions were cool, make more of that and with more aircraft and more situations like Desert Storm. Add vehicles that are realistic and put them in balanced BR, not like the Rafale or the Golden Eagle. Change Fox 3s so that they are realistic. I can understand that a huge amount of work is needed for stealth and electronic warfare and the things I've listed. But we are here. This is the future of War Thunder Air. Just generally make the game more realistic. You know, like it was supposed to be.